meters? More than 98% magic passing.
Not even Godzilla can stand against us.
Whoa, 300 meters? That's big. Today we will be talking about what if birdie-godzilla, mechagodzilla, and Godzilla Earth met up with each other and fought to death. Who would win? Let's see. First off, let's start with Godzilla Earth. Godzilla Earth is the biggest Godzilla in the world. It is certainly about more than 1,000 feet tall. You can see showing in this image that Godzilla's atomic breath looks so powerful, and it looks very thin too. He barely has to open his mouth to do it also. These are some of the scenes of Godzilla Earth shooting his atomic beam. Also, you can realize his dorsal fins look like pieces of thunder coming out too. Don't you realize? Like example, for this image, look over here and over here. You could see stuff like thunder. Gorge Godzilla 2018. There's two different Godzillas. One is Godzilla Earth, and one is Godzilla Food.
Decided for the character for the anime works. Rather than aiming for something anatomically accurate, this Godzilla is simply meant to be imposing. The anime Godzilla superficially resembles the MonsterVerse Godzilla, with a bulky body and a thick and short neck, but contrasts with his crocodile-like head bearing a relatively long snout, large arms and thighs with skinnier lower legs, and sharp and jagged leaf-shaped dorsal blades. Godzilla has rough, bluish-green skin with a texture reminiscent of tree bark across his body. Inspired by Kongo Rikishi statues, he has a very robust musculature, with pronounced abdominal and pectoral muscles on his chest. The muscular element to Godzilla's appearance is meant to express its power as well as invoke the hugeness of trees, its status as the apex lifeform on Earth, and a deity-like presence. His tail has a ridged underside, and ends with a pointed spear-like tip, according to the Planet of the Monsters theater program. The monster's deity Monte, and today we'll be taking a look at the latest incarnation of Godzilla's mechanical doppelganger, the anime mechagodzilla. The anime mechagodzilla is the fourth distinct incarnation of the character to appear in a Godzilla film, and made its first appearance in Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters. It was designed by human and Velociraptor scientists under the command of the United Earth to be the ultimate anti-Godzilla weapon. Unfortunately, Mechagodzilla failed to activate as Godzilla approached the facility housing it. With the United Earth's conventional forces unable to hold him off, he destroyed the facility with his atomic breath. However, Mechagodzilla developed it further using computer-aided design, with Eiji Kawada drawing additional concept art. Production designer Fernando Patulli created the character's final model, Godzilla's appearance, to reflect that. The mech's forward-leaning posture, a tail stinger inspired by a warrior's axe, and legs modeled after those of birds and dinosaurs all served to give it an aggressive appearance. Its body was designed to give the impression of being composed of continuous, living nanometal. The appearance of randomness was inserted into every aspect of Mechagodzilla's design in order to explain. The Godzillasaurus, the Heisei Godzilla, also known as the third generation Godzilla, starts out being 80 meters tall in its debut film, The Return of Godzilla, through Godzilla vs. Biollante. After being Incapacitated by the anti-nuclear energy bacteria, the Heisei Godzilla goes into hibernation for a period of 2 years, after which he feeds on a nuclear submarine, revitalizing him and causing him to grow in size to 100 meters. In this empowered state, the Heisei Godzilla is known as powered-up 3rd-generation Godzilla, or alternatively 4th-generation Godzilla. In Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, as a result of the explosion of Earth Island, Godzilla absorbed a large amount of radiation, turning the monster into Burning Godzilla. This iteration of the Monster King was portrayed by original Hedora and Daigon Suit actor Kenpachiro Satsuma throughout all 7 Heisei films, while Wataru Fukuda played the Godzillasaurus. The Heisei King of the Monsters does not retain the heroic personality of the second Showa Godzilla, instead returning to the villainous persona of the original. However, while the original Godzilla appeared actively vengeful towards humanity, the Heisei G is initially portrayed as a sympathetic and tragic being who is simply lost in human civilization and trying to survive, causing destruction as a consequence. Progressively, he began actively causing destruction and was portrayed as the primary villain in a couple of movies. In Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, the Big G began transitioning into an anti-hero character, and raised an infant member of his species as his son. In the last 2 films of the Heisei series, Godzilla battled against monsters more malevolent than himself, while the character Miki Saigusai.
For my opinion, I will think that Godzilla Earth would win. That's it for now. See you back, dog.